Hey, just some exciting news from me and Parker. Our patent was issued as of yesterday, and we're very excited to just kind of show it off a little bit. I just wanted to run through the process and some questions that we frequently get about our patent. So I'll share. There we go. This is our official application. You can see it. It has Parker's name. It's got my name. That's our official number right there, 11181 514, and the date. You can see our patent has all these drawings that the lawyers drew up. See, this is a car. It's got my stuff in it. And in general, it just describes what our patent does. If you don't know, our patent is a device that disables a car's engine should carbon monoxide levels reach dangerous conditions. This is a schematic that I drew up actually in some electronic design software. Here's a little bit of what we presented at TSA and Nationals. Here's some block diagrams, how it functions. These are drawn up by the lawyers with my help. And here's all the legal jargon. Bless those who are studying law because I cannot even... Oh, I can't write that much. I just wanted to walk through quickly like how our patent came to be and like how you can file a patent if you want to. So you have to have an idea first. Your idea has to be eligible to be patented. This means it has to be a process, machine, article of manufacture, or a composition of matter. We fall under the process and machines. If you notice, the title of our patent is Methods and Systems for Detecting Carbon Monoxide. So we describe a machine that uses a process to detect carbon monoxide. You can also patent like materials or something like that. Oops. Your invention has to be new. It can't be, I mean, that's kind of obvious. Your invention has to be new to be patented or else they won't give you it. A fun thing to note about this is if you disclose your invention to the public, like we did at TSA, you have a year to file for a patent before you can't get the patent anymore. Your invention has to be useful. You can't just patent random things. And it has to be non-obvious. Like, I can't make a patent for, I don't know, the method for opening chapstick. And you go like that. No, because that's obvious. After you have your cool idea, you need to file it with the patent office. I highly recommend just using a lawyer. Like, it's impossible to do it yourself almost. Big shout out to Errant Fox. They were our lawyers. They were great this whole time. With the lawyers, you have to share your technical details. You obviously have to share how it works, like the vision for the patent, what you want it to do, what it does, etc. You need to tell them all the nitty-gritty of your invention so that they can understand how it works. After that, the lawyers will draft an application. You'll go back and forth with some changes and edits. You know, change this figure here. This isn't quite correct. Maybe this thing doesn't function like this anymore. And then once you finally have a draft of an application that you're happy with, you submit to the patent office and you wait a very long time. It was about 2 years from when we filed with the patent office till we actually got our patent granted. Eventually, they'll actually publish your application. I can show that. This is our application. Now you'll notice it looks extremely similar to the patent. This has some different numbers. As you can see, this says United States Patent. This says Patent Application Publication. So this is just the application that they made public for everyone to see. You can also see that the numbers are a little different. As you can see, we can't see it from this, but we were published on August 6, 2020. We had filed about a year before it was published. Yeah, just pretty much the same stuff as the patent. This is just the sort of draft version that we sent to the patent office first. So, like you said, eventually that application gets published, the world can see it, it's now public knowledge. And during this process, when you're patent pending, you retain all the legal rights of a patent. If someone would try to invent it, you could sue them because your application is currently pending as soon as you file. So then after someone finally picks it up, the examiner will examine it. So he examines your patent and see if it's, like I said, new, original, all this stuff, all this criteria it has to meet. Our examiner was Hongmin Fan. You can see that on our patent. He was pretty cool. We got to meet with him actually, a thing that most inventors don't actually get to do. And mostly they find something wrong with it. Whenever you're inventing things, there's always someone similar, it seems. So they always find just a little nitty-gritty detail that might be wrong, and then they give it back and say, nope, this isn't allowed. You have to change this, 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 and this. And so that's exactly what me and Parker did. We were rejected the first time, and we came back and we made some edits. And then whenever you're negotiating with them, now when the lawyers negotiate, we didn't do much talking during that call. You can be sort of aggressive and say, no, 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 you're wrong. This is why this should be allowed. Or you can kind of be passive and just accept what they want and move on. And honestly, it depends on what they want, whether you should be aggressive or not. For us, it was just more important that we get the patent, and the minor changes that Mr. Fan proposed to us were not that great and didn't really affect our patent that much. So we were very passive and thankful that he was even allowing our patent in the first place. After that, he gives it approval, and at this point, it's pretty much certain to be a patent. You would have to have a multi-million-dollar company with thousands of lawyers to destroy it at this point. It becomes an allowed U.S. patent. And then there's more waiting involved. It's the federal government's favorite game, the waiting game. It was about 6 months for us after we got our seal of approval before it actually became a patent. And then obviously your patent gets granted. We have an official number now. It's with that 11,181,514. And then you get a cool looking paper. We don't have the cool looking paper yet because snail mail and everything. But this is what an example looks like. See, that'll be our number there. I think the patent examiner, not the examiner, the acting commissioner's signature will be there. It looks pretty cool. And so then just one more thing I wanted to discuss is the future plans of using our patent. I often get asked, what's next with the patent? And so really there's 3 things you can do with a patent. You can use it to troll, which means you use your patent to sue other companies for similar patents. Say I find someone similar and I'm like, hey, you're infringing on my patent. Oftentimes, instead of long legal battles, they'll just kind of pay you to bug off. You should probably use a lawyer or a trolling company if you ever decide to go down this route. That's what was recommended to us. This is obviously kind of a moral gray area. Like, you've done all this work and come this far just to use your patent for literally trolling people. So we decided this option wasn't the best for us. You can obviously create a business and use the patent for your own purposes. If we wanted to, we could create Air Alert Incorporated, I guess, and start making and selling patented technology. This originally was a great option for me and Parker. However, due to the possibility of us both going to college, well, more than possibility, it's just not feasible for us to study and run a full-time business at the same time, especially when it involves so much more technological development. And finally, and this is the option that currently me and Parker have agreed on. I mean, things can obviously change, but you can license your patent, which means you give certain rights to your patent to a company for a price. So say Ford or GM comes along and says, hey, we want to license your patent. We want to put your stuff in our cars, and we'll pay you $0.25 for every car we put it in. This would be an example of licensing our patent. That's really all I had to share about this patent. I just wanted to thank everyone for the continual support over 4 years. It's been a wild ride. People have come, people have gone. I'm just so thankful to be here. Thank you, everybody.